Well, the governor of Maryland will inspect the site of a massive water main break. It turned Tuesday morning's commute into a terrifying scene for drivers. CBS News correspondent Thalia Assuras reports from Bethesda.
Rescue teams fought surging water and bitter cold as the aptly named River Road turned into just that, a raging river. Panicked drivers called 911.
I need help!
Ma'am, we're on our way. How much water is in your car now, ma'am?
It's up to my knee.
Is the water still rising?
Yeah.
Is your car moving?
Can't move the car.
9 motorists were trapped in their cars. Their everyday commute suddenly transformed into a high-risk rescue. People frantically clinging to baskets lowered from helicopters to escape a flash flood, not caused by nature, but by a ruptured water main.
Just saw this big rush of brown, muddy water with tree limbs and rocks and just coming toward me. I tried to turn around, but it was too late, and the water was just like going over the top of the car.
Strength of the water coming down and the debris and the rocks banging against the body of the car, it was big.
Firefighter Patrick Mitchell, here rescuing 2 of the stranded by boat, says he's been in risky situations before, but nothing like this.
What kind of a tug were you feeling?
It swept me off my feet once. It was really moving. The people could not have stood up in it on their own.
The water main measured 66 inches. When it burst, millions of gallons of water exploded onto this roadway.
Officials don't yet know the cause of the break, but say the pipe is part of an aging system plagued by breaks and leaks. 5 people were treated for hypothermia, but thankfully are now home for the holidays.
I guess you must feel it's good Christmas season right now.
Yes, it is. I'm glad everybody is fine.
Safe, warm, and dry. Thalia Assuras, CBS News, Bethesda, Maryland.
And we're joined now by Lieutenant Bill Phelps of the Montgomery County, Maryland Fire and Rescue Service. He was among the first on the scene. Also with us is Frank Benitez, who witnessed the terrifying events. Good morning to both of you gentlemen.
Good morning.
Let's start with you, Lieutenant Phelps. You were at the station, which is basically right in front of where the water main broke. What did the scene look like when you responded?
At first, we didn't know that there was a water main break. We seen a bunch of steam coming down the street. We actually thought something was on fire. Within a very short amount of time, 30 seconds or so, we were met in the fire truck with about a 4-foot high wall of water coming down the street at us.
We're looking at some of the pictures right now, and I've got to say, this water looks really scary, and we see the basket rescuing someone from their car. How difficult were these rescues for the trapped drivers?
It was very, very difficult. It ranks in the top 2 or 3 water rescues I've ever performed since I've been with Montgomery County Fire and Rescue.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, let's go to you, Frank. You were witnessing all of this as it unfolded. You were on your way to work about a little before 8 o'clock, and then you said you saw water. Describe the scene that you saw.
Well, basically, I was almost to the top of the hill. I was on my way to work, and I noticed that there was a stream a couple feet wide rolling down each side of the road. I kind of looked up again and looked over to the right where there was 2 cars in front of me and realized that there was a wall of water coming over the hill that was probably, like you said, 3 or 4 feet tall. And my initial instinct was to try to help the people in front of me because I was in a truck, they were in a small car. So I basically realized at that point I couldn't help them.
Right, and apparently the water was so powerful that it was moving your truck, is that right?
Correct. My truck started to slide down the hill a little bit. At that point I realized I needed to get out of there. I backed up a little bit, made a turnaround. When my truck was sideways to the water was actually rolling up onto the side of my window. I finally was able to turn around, get my truck going downhill. I went to the bottom of the hill and stopped there, thinking that maybe I could help the people that were in front of me.
All right.
As soon as I looked back, I realized that the wall of water was still coming my way and I had to get out of there.
Well, I'm glad you're safe and that everybody was rescued. Lieutenant Bill Phelps and Frank Benitez, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you.